It is no secret that when it comes to scouting and signing young players from the South American market and developing them to football's next big thing, Real Madrid are the best in the business. With regards to that, in a recent update by Spanish newspaper, The Athletic, Real Madrid particularly feel proud of this approach, especially due to the fact that other top clubs like Manchester City and Chelsea have started copying their style. We will be discussing you throughout that on this episode as we progress, and shortly after that, we will quickly turn our attention to the next agenda, as 21 years old academy defender Marvin is considering offers from Saudi Arabia in order to leave the Merengues this summer. We will also talk you on that detailedly as we progress on this episode, so please stay tuned right up till the end. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Follow us and turn on your notifications bell so you don't miss out on our daily Real Madrid updates. It's no secret that Real Madrid has earned a reputation for its successful strategy of scouting and signing young talent from South America, a trend that other top European clubs are now following. According to The Athletic's Mario Cortegana, Real Madrid is particularly proud of this approach, especially as clubs such as Manchester City and Chelsea have begun to use similar techniques. Indeed, the signings of Julian Alvarez and Claudio Echeverri at Manchester City and Angelo Gabriel and Estevao at Chelsea are prime examples of this change. 10 years ago, Real Madrid wasn't known for its scouting prowess. The club was well known for its ability to attract and sign big stars from all over Europe. The club's approach to transfers has evolved significantly in recent years. Interestingly, the average net spend on transfer fees, taking into account both sales and new signings, is now just 39.1 million euros per season. The change reflects a broader strategy formulated by club president Florentino Perez and general manager José Ángel Sánchez. The new approach was born out of necessity and has been fueled by the emergence of strong European rivals such as Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain. Furthermore, the financial success of the Premier League has made it increasingly difficult for clubs outside of England to compete for established stars. These challenges also partly explain Real Madrid's backing for the European Super League project. These financial constraints have meant that Real Madrid has had to adapt to a less dominant transfer market. Instead of signing big names every summer, the club has shifted its focus to signing young players who are still developing. This allows Real Madrid to nurture and mold these talents within the Spanish system. All of the notable players in Real Madrid's current squad were signed with this approach in mind, including Federico Valverde, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Andre Lunin, Brahim Diaz, Eder Militao, Eduardo Camavinga, Endrick, and Arda Güler. A key part of this approach is chief scout Juni Calafat, who with the expertise and the guidance of José Ángel Sánchez have contributed greatly to Real Madrid's success in this area. The club is also proud that its formula has been copied by other teams, underscoring Real Madrid's continuing influence in the world of football. Sánchez oversees negotiations and financial matters, while keeping Perez informed and ensuring he has the final say on all key decisions. This cohesive teamwork has cemented Real Madrid's position as a leader in identifying and developing youth talent, and the strategy is now being copied by other top clubs across Europe. So having discussed and concluded with that, we are now going to quickly turn the spotlight to academy defender Marvin, who according to reports is considering a move to Saudi Arabia. Indeed, Real Madrid has a relatively small pool of central defenders, with Antonio Rudiger and Eder Militao the only two who are currently healthy. David Alaba is still out with a cruciate ligament injury and is not expected to return anytime soon. With no options at a higher level, Los Blancos are spoilt for choice within the academy. In fact, at the start of the year, for players from the Castilla setup, John Martinez, Raul Asensio, Marvel, and Jacobo Ramon were realistically knocking on the door of the first team to secure a place. Of the four players mentioned above, Jacobo is likely to be deployed as the team's fourth center back this season, especially following Martinez's unfortunate injury to his anterior cruciate ligament. So while both players have promising futures in the first team, Marvel's situation doesn't seem so rosy. According to a recent update from Marca, as quoted by Madrid Extra, Marvel has an offer from Saudi Arabia that he is seriously considering. Now that it's clear he's not getting playing time despite a defensive crisis under Carlo Ancelotti, he believes a transfer is the best way to go and is close to accepting an offer from a Middle Eastern-based league. The 21-year-old Real Madrid Castilla star has trained with the first team on several occasions over the past year, especially after Eder Militao's injury, as Ancelotti saw him as a suitable candidate for the reserve team. He played most of last season for Castilla without making his debut at the top level and is now clearly being overtaken by more talented colleagues. It remains to be seen whether Real Madrid would retain some of his buyback clauses and rights if they do in fact sell him this summer. So having talked and concluded with that, we have come to the end of today's interesting episode. Thanks for following up right up to the end. See you next time.